we're here with Danny Plaza here on our podcast is called Art.being.pochan, and we're picking this thing up and trying to make it move.
And we're rolling.
And we are rolling.
We're
exactly,
rolling?
yeah. This nice little experiment podcast art thing, you know.
Nice.
I guess to give you some sort of idea of, we're just like interviewing artists, sort of southeast Pennsylvania at this point.
Okay.
But that could expand to something else or whatever. But different types of artists, actors, painters, people who make music and everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
All
You know,
art forms.
Yeah, so it's rather general, but you know, we'll get specific with you and what you do and everything.
Sure.
So yeah, so you're Danny Plaza.
That's the name they gave me.
Yeah, exactly. And what do you do? What do you like to do? How do you express yourself?
How do I express myself? Well, for a long time I didn't. For many years I was busy raising a family, going to work, and so on and so forth. But I always harbored the secret desire to be an actor. And so when I turned 40, I decided to do something about it. So I started taking classes, and it kind of took over my life, to be honest with you. So.
How did it take over your life? Like, you do auditions all the time, or you
I just
constantly
became
think about it?
obsessed.
Okay.
I became utterly, completely obsessed. I started taking classes. Didn't do anything but take classes for almost about two and a half years.
Did that do anything?
That helped. I figured you needed training, so I wanted
Sure.
to be good.
Like a framework.
Yeah. And then I realized how hard it was, and I was like, God, I kind of suck. Like you always go in there thinking,
They make it look easy.
They make it look so easy. I can do this. It's no problem. All you do is act natural. And I was like, So it took me, till I was comfortable to actually try to pursue auditions. So I just took classes for the first couple of years.
First couple of years.
Yeah,
So you took some wilderness time, like 2-3 years to
build
up to get into auditions, and then auditions for creative work, commercial work, both.
When I started auditioning, I would do anything and everything. Be quite honest with you, it cost my marriage. I mean, I don't want to,
Don't want to get too heavy.
I don't want to get too heavy.
Well, I know, but that's quite the sacrifice there,
But
yeah, I'll say.
It's
a passion.
Was literally all I would do is eat, drink, and sleep acting. That's all I cared about. And,
wow.
Yeah, really, it was getting crazy, and I would do anything. If I could act, I would do it. Student films. I did some community theater, anything and everything. So it just like I said, just completely just took over everything. That's all I thought about. I mean, I obviously still had to go to work. I still had to pay the bills, I did that. But that was.
So is it like on the weekends kind of thing, or in the evenings? A lot of rehearsals would be probably.
I would rob Peter to pay Paul, basically.
Yeah.
I was burning up a lot of vacation time, sick time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would just I do stuff on duty. I mean, hope nobody hears that. Get in a lot of trouble.
We cut that out.
No, I don't care. No, I would literally be in a police car and then go to auditions on duty, bring a change of clothes.
Yeah.
Pray that they didn't break into the police car and steal my gun belt. Get in so much trouble.
No emergency calls going on at the time.
I would hold myself out to lunch. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go on your lunch break. That's responsible.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul, but it's that obsession I can definitely appreciate.
Yeah.
I can definitely appreciate.
Do you ever get like a nervous at auditions?
Oh,
or you
terrified. Absolutely terrified. Like the first times you do, like, what am I doing? Like, why am I here? What the hell? What am I doing here? That kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, you said you sort of shunned that part of your life, or you sort of harbored that, and you didn't get exposed to basically taking a shit on stage at a very young age. You know what I mean? So the older you get, the more precious it gets. And
right.
It's just not going to be perfect every time, and sometimes it's just going to be plain awful.
Right.
And I grew up in the acting and doing all the theater stuff and everything, and playing music, and I've taken so many shits on stage that it's I don't even notice. I don't even notice that I'm on stage a lot of the time.
Okay.
So I always say that I'm a bad example for a lot of things with like stage fright or whatever.
Okay.
But Is that the reason? Because I ask this because you're a cop. You face real danger every day. And an audition scares you.
It's totally different. I guess because in the cop role, you wear your game face. You know what I mean? You kind of put a mask on.
Yeah.
But the acting, I mean, I try to be as emotionally available and as real as possible. So you're like vulnerable. So that's to me was the difference.
Do you think that exposure, that vulnerability, that catharsis is probably what obsessed you, or it really made you go both feet into acting and everything? Really love it.
Oh man, I don't know. I just got a fulfillment from it that I wasn't getting in any other part of my life.
Yeah.
If that, I'm sorry. Is
well,
that
no, that's
kind of where you're going?
I'm sort of asking that. It's like, it's the intensity, the passion for it.
Yeah,
really.
I was on autopilot for many years. Fortunately, and not I love my family to death, and and everything else. But I was like really, really like just unfulfilled and dead inside, and like there wasn't passion about anything. I loved my job in the beginning, but then that kind of like I got kind of burnt out.
Sure.
And I needed something to make me feel alive again. I mean, that's basically what it came down to. So
I think it's true that when we realize we don't really have that much time, we have to really kind of make it worthwhile. Yeah, exactly. You're a good example for all the people that, might think that they are too old to try to start
it's
something.
Too late.
If that sounds so cliche, but
but it's true. Really I wish I had done this a lot earlier. To come to this conclusion. It's funny because I remember in college, my freshman year, or whenever you had to pick a major, and I almost picked drama. I was like seconds away from picking it, and I was like, wait, I'll never get a job.
Right.
So I kind of punked out. And
we're right about that.
So
that's what they say about all of the arts kind of fields in a way. Right?
Yeah.
That you'll never, even musicians, that's a tough racket. All of the
But
arts.
it's an interesting story with Danny. Like, I've always felt like I've just had it, and I was always supposed to go in that thing. It was preordained. Some people are, doctors by the time they're 5, and that's where they're going to go. Right. I was an artist, and it was my family always just sort of said that kind of thing. They just resigned themselves to that fact. So I never had that sort of harboring and waiting kind of thing.
Okay.
So it's interesting to talk to people that have had sort of the opposite thing, but you've had that all along. You've always wanted to be an actor. You've always had that spark go through you.
Yeah.
And that's terrific.
Yeah.
It shows.
As young as I can remember, I always wanted to do it. I love movies, and they affected me in such a profound way. I was like, oh my God, I want to do that. I want to be able to move people, to tears or laughter or joy or whatever. But I was like, to me, it was like a secret power, or superpower rather, that these actors had. I was like, I want that,
And just any actor that could elicit any sort of response, really? Or did you have a favorite?
I have my favorites, for sure.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Are you just going with the Danny thing?
He was amazing.
I love Danny DeVito.
His voice acting is so underrated. Like, you just hear him and think, I'm just like, gosh, it's like he's a professional voice actor. It's a very different type of acting.
Oh, yeah. I'm so bad at that, too.
Have you ever done voiceover stuff?
I've had a few auditions for voiceover stuff. I booked one. And I don't like it. I'm not. Yeah. That's one thing I'm not.
You got to be kind of extra, I guess, huh? When you do the just voices.
You got to be good at making. You got to. There's a technique to it. It's a little different than like acting in front of camera or on stage. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I've tried it a million times, and I did book one gig, but I was like, not my thing. I'd rather do. Be on film or on stage or something. So
I always had like a problem with what do I do with my body? Like I grew up in the theater essentially. Like my mom still is super involved in all like the local theater stuff around here, and so I kind of I always loved acting too.
Right.
But I'd always get kind of roped into stuff because of her. Anyway, we were in a play together.
Got it.
And she'll always get someone to do a video of the play, and then she makes copies for everyone in the show and gives them to them. So
Okay.
I can
use as
look at
evidence
my
later,
I can look back at myself, and I just go, oh my gosh, I'm shaking my
Cringy.
head like,
Cringy, right?
why did I do that, or why am I just standing there like that? Like it's interesting to see it back, but
It's
I
some
never
good
know what
watching.
to do with my body.
It's some good watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like watching a bad movie because it's a bad movie.
But you were talking about like being natural. Like you think, oh, it's so easy to just be natural, and you think that you're on stage and you're like, well, I just have to be natural. But it's like, oh God, how do I be natural? How can I? It's trickier than it looks to try to act natural.
Correct.
You end up looking like awkward and stiff and. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
listening to too much of the chatter around you too, and like the director can confuse you, and it can be too much.
Yeah, it's like nails on a chalkboard. I will only watch myself if I absolutely have to. Otherwise, I just can't deal with it.
Well,
how was it at the premiere?
I would lower my eyes.
Yeah.
When my part came up, my eyes were squeezed.
You were like
You did
comedy
fantastic.
relief, though. Yeah.
The scene in the car. Remember we were in the park. Man, it's a shame. A lot of the good stuff was cut out. That's always what they always say. But I mean,
yeah,
he's good, and you're a good improviser too. I'll say that.
Thank you.
You don't
Appreciate
need
that.
much. You don't need much.
It's funny because I thought of a million things I could have done, but it was too late.
After the fact.
After
Yeah.
the fact, I was like, God damn it, why did I do that?
Of course.
God damn it, why did I do that?
That's an artist's burden. Any artistic field, probably. Oh, damn, I should have said that.
Well, what was the first thing? Like, how did you guys meet?
On that film.
Not that film.
No?
We met. Well, we got to know each other on that film.
Right.
We met each other on. Remember that? It was something for Kevin. It was he does Christian videos and stuff like that. And we were in this stable. It was the nativity scene.
That's right.
Thing.
I was all about that.
We used a real stable and everything with real goats and everything. And stuff. I was the art director on that. I made that knife you used.
That's right.
I still have that somewhere.
Right. Oh
But
my
yeah.
God, I completely forgot.
Yeah,
That was freezing. That
I
place
know
was
it sucked,
cold.
man. It was.
You've done so much, you forget all of the things.
I think we filmed it on like Black Friday. So
Yeah.
It was super super cold on this very nice farm.
Right.
Oh my gosh, it was a real stable, real goats. A goat pooped on my shoe in the middle of a take, so I couldn't do anything.
Oh my God.
It's a pretty wild set.
But
But
about that. That's right.
So it's a lot going on.
We
Obviously,
go back a ways there, Andrew.
it's been a while.
Yes, we do.
It's been a while, and then I edited that too.
Okay.
So I got to see your face quite a bit too. Because
very
you had a
cool.
lot of green screen moments. So I got to cut around your head quite a bit. You know what I mean? So I got to get to know the contours of your face.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Talk about not ever wanting
Face
to
made
see
for radio,
yourself
right?
on film.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh man, yeah, it's
It's been a while.
I still
So I just
Yeah.
put this together. Your niece is Aubrey Plaza
yes,
because your last name is Plaza.
that's correct.
I just figured that out sitting right here. That's
Did
pretty
you
cool.
really?
Yeah.
No, I thought. I'm sorry.
No,
You
I
mentioned it
remember
earlier.
seeing like because with you work with what's the acting people you work with?
The Actors Co-op.
Actors Co-op.
Yeah, Swarthmore.
Yeah. That's where we shot most of the What Do I Do Now?
Yeah. They changed the title. I think it's called Ageless Love now.
Yeah, I know, but I still love
Age-
it. What do I
Age-
do now?
What do I do?
I just
now?
love and they might have changed it because I was the
kinda
one
clunky,
bitching
but-
about it. And the
Right,
entire is
right.
like, I'm sorry, I only watch movies with the word do in it once.
Right.
You know?
The-
So I
the
kept saying,
title,
what do
yeah.
I do now?
Well, it was after seeing it,
Yeah.
I understood then
Yeah.
why that was the name of the title
Right.
that they went with. Like,
Yeah.
I almost thought I don't know. I almost thought
It's
it
a better
made more
title now.
sense as a
I think so,
as
too.
a better title than
Okay.
the
Yeah.
Ageless Love.
I think I get
Yeah,
the ageless
no,
love
that
thing.
makes
It's
sense.
it's obviously a romance.
Because
what
that
do I
was
do now
a-
is not an obvious romance.
You know, you're right about
I
that.
think that's
No,
probably
you're
what
right.
they were
All the
going for.
politics of all of that stuff, huh? It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
You know,
naming
with
colors.
making
It's
movies and
it's like naming colors at a paint store. People pick the name rather than the color. You know,
Yeah.
so
Right.
they're picking
Yeah.
Ageless Love rather than what do I do now?
yeah. Doing that thing you do. Remember that movie? Okay,
Tom
anyway,
Hanks.
I digress.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, yeah.
okay,
it was
that's
that doo-wop-y movie.
Oh, a doo-wop. There you go.
Do.
So what was it?
Yeah.
Was that like the biggest project you've worked on, or
No,
what's the biggest thing you worked on?
That was I've been lucky. I did land. Last year or right before COVID, I was in a film called 21 Bridges with God, his name escapes me. The Black Panther guy who passed away.
Yes,
What
okay.
was his name? It was.
Oh God.
You gotta. Yeah, where's
We'll-
your
we'll
phone?
look at- we'll
You're
amend it.
supposed to
I
have
can't
your
believe
phone
I'm
to
embarrassed,
Google
actually.
these.
That's
We
all right.
need the-
Well, anyway,
the
him. He was in
laptop.
that. In
So
21
he
Bridges?
was the star of that film. Yeah, he must have been sick the whole time. I had
Yeah,
no
he
idea.
was fighting it
Wow.
for.
Yeah, he was fighting for a while.
Like, yeah.
But yeah, so I have a cool scene in that. I always wanted to do a Hollywood shootout, and I finally got to do that.
Did you have like squibs on you too? Did you get shot?
No, they did it on post. I did do my own stunts, which was cool.
Cool.
So I got to like,
What did you do? You like,
well, I played this cop, or like, surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
We played
A
these
role
cops
you
who were
know well.
corrupt, and we go to do a drug pickup, and then we get in a shootout in like this in this bar, and then when we how the scene went is we basically kick the door in, then we barge in, and then guns are blazing, and then I get shot by a machine gun, and then I like fling myself against this fake window, so like it was like sugar glass or whatever, and it
Yeah.
shattered.
cool.
Yeah.
How many takes of that did you do? Just one?
Oh no, we did. Man, I can't remember. It was just a bunch.
Okay.
A bunch.
Oh, that is so cool, though.
So-
Oh my gosh.
So it was cool.
You should just waiting for more experiences like that. Huh?
Yeah. Oh man, it was so much fun.
So yeah, how does the obviously the cop thing on a very surface level figures in, but like for your process,
Yes.
does that factor in at all? Like, because you were saying earlier, like I'm very vulnerable, or I'm allowed to be vulnerable when I'm an actor, but I'm not when I'm a cop. Is there ever any sort of overlay between that, or are those two separate worlds for you?
For me, they're definitely two separate worlds.
Yeah.
It's hard to play a cop in a film, like and try to be authentic, because it's not the way it's written. You know what I mean? It's like they would never act like this, or a real cop would never do that, or But you have to stick to the script.
Sure.
So I just try to bring some believability into it, but it's very difficult to portray a real cop on a film or TV or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they're just written so terribly, I find.
What is they say too much, or they emote too much, or
they're like two-dimensional.
Okay.
Like they forget they're human beings. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's sort of the
and they're
soldier
Yeah.
mentality. It's like the faceless Nazi or the whatever. They're just sort of cannon fodder.
Right,
Like,
basically.
Yeah.
Cannon fodder, it's a good word. So, yeah, the couple experiences I've had playing a cop, it kind of sucked. I didn't like. I mean, it was fun doing the stunts and all that, but I was like,
you want to be somebody different.
right,
yeah.
yeah.
Like I am a cop.
Yeah.
Let me be something else.
You were a cop in another thing that I saw.
Yeah, I did. Concrete Cowboy had a quick scene in that.
Yeah.
That was Idris Elba
Yeah.
and Method Man.
Yeah.
Well,
I see you pop up
So
occasionally everywhere.
I'll do right.
Man, you are just all over the
I
place,
do,
aren't
yeah.
you?
He's the shit. He's Danny.
Dude, we've got
Danny.
a freaking
That's those auditions
celebrity.
during duty paid off. That's what you got to do.
I know.
Yeah, right.
Sheesh. That's cool though.
Yeah, but post pandemic, is that picking up now?
Post pandemic, yeah. I did a couple of cool projects last summer going into the fall. I had a small role in this show called American Rust. It was on Showtime. I think it's a shame. I think it's since been canceled. It was only one season, but
I'm in it.
I played it. I got to play somebody other than a cop. So
What were you?
I was a trucker who gets robbed, and then I chase down the main characters that rob me, and I try to kill them basically.
Cool.
And then I did another. There's a show called Bull on CBS.
Yeah.
So I was fortunate enough to book a small role again, but I played a bodega owner.
Cool.
And this crazy confrontation I have with one of the main characters in the show. how all that went down. So
Yeah.
it was it's been quiet right now. I did audition for a feature. It's being shot in New York this summer. It's starring Uma Thurman and Samuel L. Jackson, of all people.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of them. Right? Who are these people? But I had just auditioned for it last week, and I got some really good feedback from the casting director. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. And he did ask.
Oh, good luck.
So are you? I'm sure you're nervous in those auditions.
Oh, terrified.
And it never goes away,
Never
even
goes
after
away.
all this time. Every time you.
Well, these were self tapes, but I still get worked up. You know what I mean? Most of the stuff self taped now, by the way, ever since COVID.
Yeah.
So rarely will your first audition will be in person now. So you usually do a self tape if they like you. When they bring you back in for a callback, then sometimes they'll be in person.
Yeah.
But a lot of stuff now is strictly self taping.
I'm sure that's pretty.
Everything's changed
sucks.
that way, right?
Yeah.
Unless so many people work from home now, they just never went back.
Yeah, and that's
They
for
all
me.
bought cameras.
It's been quite trying to get good at making self tapes. There's a whole art to that too.
Oh yeah.
That.
I always loved going in person. I hated self tapes. Always thought I did really terrible on them. But I'm getting better. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I booked this role. So
Oh
we'll
man,
see,
that'd be
man.
fantastic. I
Awesome.
can't wait to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have to let me on set. You have to get me back.
Hell yeah.
I'll weasel my way in. Be fun. I'll weasel
Absolutely.
my way into the hearts of the CBS executives.
So do you have like an agent?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so how did your agent find you,
No,
or did
I had
you
to chase him down.
You were like, going kind of agent hunting in a way, looking for representation to get in there.
It's really hard. Most agents are, they just, if you're a beginning actor or they only got a couple years experience, most of them won't even look at you. So I continued to just do whatever I could do, find my own work. And
right.
then,
like casting.
I was going on everything, film.org, which is a local thing in Philly.
Right.
Where you get a lot of like student films and indie stuff.
This is like open calls or like
open calls.
So you're kind of in that getting that experience so that you can have a little bit more under you.
Correct.
To get to the agent.
Correct. He was introduced to me. He represented one of the teachers of the acting school I go to. Can I say his name? Or okay.
Pete.
Pete Postiglione, who's the head instructor and one of the owners of the Actors Co-op. The agent, his name is Peter Coe, represented Pete. Okay. And Pete had been very experienced. He was probably one of the top actors in the area, I'd say, easily.
Pete's very good.
Yeah, he is.
I've worked with him a lot.
Excellent.
Good improviser.
Amazing.
That's an art.
Yes. How are you at improvising? Are you good at improvising? You got the back and forth?
Well, I try.
Yeah. Well, you always say yes, so there you go.
Yes.
That's the first thing. Yes. And don't sabotage me. Other than that, we'll be fine. Well, I think you're doing pretty good here. You can talk and put together a sentence.
All right, thanks.
You're doing good.
Okay.
Are you nervous here?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm a
this is
nervous. I never
really
did this before. No.
No. Okay. Well, neither have we. So that's why it's so ramshackle.
Oh man. So yeah, I had to chase him down. He wouldn't return my calls for like a month, and I just called him every single day.
There's that obsession again. Though.
Every single day, I didn't give a shit. I was like, "I'm sorry, Ken. Sorry."
No, you can say shit.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. But finally, he said he agreed to look at my reel. I had a reel. I sent it to him. He's like, "Okay," and it took me 7 months with him to book my first gig. 7. I must have went on 70 auditions in that time period. And I was really getting discouraged. And finally, it took me 7 months till I booked my first gig with him. And it was a half a day industrial.
Wow.
You couldn't tell me shit, though. It was like I won the Oscar, man. I was so ecstatic.
Yeah. You were there for what, 4 hours? Sitting around most of the time?
Sitting around, it was in
Was that like your
video.
thing where it was like for a hospital? It was like a video for a hospital?
Yeah.
Industrial means like it's like if a company... Yeah, like Comcast is making stuff for Comcast. Interest stuff, but yeah, it's just like that.
That's a
for
lot of
other
hard
film
work, though. That's like that just goes to show that you really have to have so much determination.
Yeah,
it's not
That grit.
all luck. Yeah, it's not just all luck.
That grit and that passion.
It's
Yeah.
That's the thing that got you over the edge.
Yeah.
Is that what got
Yeah.
you over the edge, or you just,
refused-
stubborn?
I just refused to give up, even though I got really discouraged. And
Right.
then, I stopped. Another thing I did is I learned to stop caring about the audition once it was over. That was
Don't hang
huge
on to
because
it,
I would literally like obsess over it for days afterwards and what I could have done differently and what and I just realized that you have to just forget it.
Yeah.
Just move on. You know what I mean? Because you'll drive yourself insane. You really will.
Yeah.
So that helped a lot.
Yeah.
Once I was able to just let go after
Yeah.
the audition.
You look at it as this little window of time in which you just do this little thing and then you leave
Right.
and then left it behind you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that helped a lot. Passionate about, and I refuse to give up. So, I will, be a professional actor. In my head, what that means is, that's
You already are one.
what I do for a
Well,
living.
totally, you are. Yeah, I didn't even know that you had so much under your belt. Really.
Well, I wanted to leave some things up to
Yeah.
You guys are
That's part of the
a great
art.
couple, by the way.
Thank you very much.
So cute together. Love it.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, you two
So-
met on the premiere of Ageless Love.
We did.
Yeah.
We
it
were
was,
soaking wet. It was
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Did you
storm.
like the film at all?
Yeah, I was gonna say the one thing that I learned about was ADR when I saw the movie, right?
Yeah.
I turned to
Whole thing
him
was
and
ADR.
I said, "Oh, it just kind of sounds real funny, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It sounds like they're always in a hallway."
It always
Right.
sounds like they're
Something, and
right
he
here.
goes, yeah,
Right,
and he
right,
goes
right.
to me, "Oh, that's the ADR," and I'm like, "Wow, I never noticed it so much that." And then come to find that they really did kind of use ADR through the whole video through the whole movie.
They brought us in.
That was a little
few times.
distracting to me.
I agree.
Yeah,
I thought
little
the
bit.
sound could have been a lot better. It's a shame, man, because I thought some of the performances were really good.
Yeah.
If they had picked up the actual audio from the shoot.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
well,
it would
just
have
to
been
make
much
it a
better.
little more natural
Right.
feeling.
We
right?
double mic'd it, so there was something
Yeah.
for sure. But
Right. Who was the sound guy on that? I'm curious.
I don't know, something else.
I know, and then that was okay.
I
I never do sound.
not
It's so
mean-
funny.
I know, and I don't mean to
Nobody
throw
was
you under the
correcting me
bus,
somewhere.
but
Okay.
it's just he's the guy who was the boom, right? He
Right.
was the boom,
Right.
and here
I
they
brought the
didn't
boom.
even use his stuff.
I
And I'm
know.
thinking, what did you do, honey? Did you ruin it? Like, I don't know. You must have ruined
got paid.
it.
That's it. They showed up and got paid.
They had to do all eight. They have to. Go
And I
back
was the
and do all
doctor.
eight.
I was the doctor in the one at the back of my head. I
Yeah.
was the doctor. So
Nice.
But that was
Long-haired
my
doctor.
first. I think he was trying to. I mean, by then we were already married, but I think he was trying to impress me. No, I'm just kidding. But it was my first time going to like a movie premiere
Okay,
thing like
cool.
that, and so it was kind of neat seeing all that. But unfortunately, it was
Pomp and
raining.
Yeah, it was.
Right.
That's right. It was raining.
Oh,
And
so
nobody
hot,
wanted to
too.
hang out front with the step and repeat or whatever it was called.
right.
But it was really cool to see a movie premiere kind of thing like that for the first time. Did you go to LA for the?
I did.
You
Yeah, I
did?
did.
Yeah.
I was on the fence about it because it's always a rigmarole to take off from work and all. But I decided
Yeah.
to do it. Yeah, went out. Yeah, it was a good time.
Cool.
Good time, and they had to.
Nice weather there, I'm sure, for the
Oh,
premiere.
it was beautiful.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not crazy, but I've been to LA a few times now. I'm not crazy about it. But the weather is nice. That's the one thing.
Yeah.
But,
Have you been to auditions in LA?
I've not. No.
Oh, okay.
Strictly East Coast.
Yeah.
My plan though, when I retire.
You could do like a New York. You got probably a lot of New Yorker things.
Yeah, I get a lot. Yeah, a lot of a lot of stuff out of New York. But that's really the gateway to LA. If you can do well in New York, they will notice you and they will bring you out. So that's my game plan. So once I fully retire, I got a year and a half left.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
you'll have a
visit
lot
you
more
out there,
free
man.
time.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah. You're gonna live in a place that skips the shitty seasons. You know.
That's funny. You said
I'm
you
right
were
there
gonna-
with you.
He's gonna retire, but he's not. He's just changing careers, really.
Correct.
Or like he's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
going
yeah.
into.
Transitioning
Yeah.
Correct.
from
Yeah,
cop to
yeah.
actor.
But you won't be risking your life anymore for the most part. You never know with some of these
Well, if you do your own
movies.
stunts, you never know.
Yeah.
You know, what was I going to say about the? No, the I found with the stunt stuff, they make it very safe. Like,
Yeah.
it was like fake glass, and even like the steps had this padding on it in case I fell over. It was not, you know.
And you
I'm
picked
sure
up
it's
the
very
window,
professional.
the sugar window, and you ate some of it afterward.
If I'd have thought of that, I probably would.
If I would have thought of that. If I had the
You were
presence of mind to
trying-
eat the window, I would have eaten the window.
He was
but I
trying to
didn't.
be professional, I'm sure.
Yeah. So
I
what?
can't have them see me eating the window.
So what?
Yeah.
Last big question here
Yeah.
would be, what is your dream role? Like, if you could have any role, take a bite out of it, what would you do? Would it be someone like famous, like Abraham Lincoln, or would it be?
No, it would be like my favorite movie is Apocalypse Now.
Okay.
The dude with Martin Sheen did in that.
Willard.
If I
The
could-
Willard equivalent.
Willard equivalent, whatever that may be.
Yes. Okay.
But that's my favorite theatrical performance of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would be completely fulfilled.
So
If I
okay.
got
So
to
Martin
do,
Sheen's
you would die happy.
is your
I would
Olympian
die happy.
guy? Is he up
In
there?
that role, yes.
In that role?
It's my favorite movie. I mean, he's not my favorite actor overall.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird. It's like you have your favorite movie and you love an actor for a specific role.
For that role.
But you have other guys you love for many different.
How do you
stuff
feel
they
about
do.
Charlie Sheen?
I'm
just kidding. You don't have to
He went off
answer.
the rails, but he was. I liked his
You don't
role.
have
Hey,
to.
look at Wall Street. That was really good.
That was good. Platoon. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
Was
it's
he
late
in
80s
Top
stuff.
Gun? Was that the Top Gun guy?
No, you're thinking of Hot Shots Part
Hot
One.
Shots.
Yeah, the Top Gun Paris.
Hot Shots.
Hot Shots.
I think things were going
Okay.
south for him then.
I think yeah, I agree.
Those are my favorite kind of movies.
They are. I love them, man.
That's my
It's
ideal
a
role.
far
is-
cry from Apocalypse Now, but what are you gonna do? People like what they like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so if
that-
I could do that, that'd be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could do the comedian. Do you like doing the comedy stuff? You gotta do the comedy stuff.
Comedy
too.
is hard.
Well,
I think my
I-
strength is more, I would say, more the serious stuff, and but my
But see,
comedy
that's it.
work.
If you know the serious thing, if you're completely serious when somebody's being silly around you, that's funny.
that is true.
Yeah, if you
Right?
can keep a straight face.
You're the foil. If you completely, all comedy hinges on is if you completely believe what you're doing.
Correct.
That's it.
Correct.
If you believe what you're doing. We were watching Ace Ventura a while ago, but we watched that, and
See
and
what
I
I
just
mean?
remember being like halfway through the film being like, he really just owns this role, and if he didn't for 1 second,
It will fall
the
apart.
whole thing will fall. There's no point to that movie
Agreed.
if he lost 1 second, and he
Agreed.
didn't. You know, that's like it's like a virtuoso violinist playing
Correct.
to me, you know, and just improvising
wait,
and
right.
making it that much better. You know, that's the artistic actor thing
Well
for
put.
me. You know what I mean? That's just one example. I'm sure everybody has. It's an extreme example, I'm sure, but
Well put. Well put.
Ace Ventura or Jim Carrey's what would you say? Jim Carrey's role as Ace Ventura is likened to the masterpiece of Martin Sheen in Apocalypse Now.
Correct.
there we go.
There
We
you
found
go.
the equivalent.
Yes.
They both
Yes.
believed in their roles.
Very,
You know.
very committed actors. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
absolutely, absolutely. But thank you, Danny. This has been wonderful. I hope you
Thank you.
eventually didn't get nervous, but you know.
Yeah, this is interesting. I had never done anything like this. So I was really looking forward to it. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank
and,
you so much
thank
for
you for
being
coming out.
Hopefully,
here.
I said some interesting things.
I
and
think you did.
people will like it.
Yeah, we went on.
I think you're going to
for-
inspire a lot of people too. Probably.
Yeah, I must say it's certainly the most inspiring. That there's something to be said about stubbornness can be inspiring, can it not?
Correct.
You know,
Agreed.
It can really be. You know, in this sort of maybe Winston Churchill fashion of never, never, never give up.
Determination.
You know, determination. Yeah, stubborn determination. There we go.
Exactly.
I think that's the thing we learned today.
Exactly. Well, I hope you
Slow
guys
budget.
invite me back sometime. Hopefully,
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll do a part deux.
yeah.
Yeah.
Part two, actually.
Danny Plaza part deux.
Oh
Well-
man, Andrew, you got some improv skills yourself, my
Oh
friend.
hey, well,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, I made that.
We've been-
I made that shoot fun.
Yes, you did.
I did.
Yes, you did.
Sometimes we've been kind of doing these little videos too. So
Okay.
if we have something
Or something theatrical, too.
Yes, that we could use
Oh,
your
absolutely.
wonderful talents. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
we'd love
like-
to
We have an access
get a
to
nice
a theater.
Reading, Philadelphia collaboration going, man. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, with the co-op.
With the co-op.
Yeah, I love them. I love them.
Yeah, I got to give a shout to the co-op. Again, the owners are Pete Postiglione, Val McAdoo, very, very dear friends of mine. They have a great school. I can't say enough about it. And the talent there is really, really good.
It's a great space too. A lot of different like little studio spaces and everything. You know, it's not air conditioned, so make sure you do that in the spring or fall.
Well, yeah, but
I've been there in all seasons. I've been there in the winter. In the winter, I've been bundled up in the winter. It's like it's like a old barn or a mill.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
but
other than that, bring a coat.
Yes,
know
sir.
what season it is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But that's it.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
And
All right.
that's a wrap.